Hey guys, VC King 101 here. Due to the new Oceanic Data Center opening this week on January 25th, around roughly the same time as Weekly Reset, I thought I'd make a character preparation guide to help clear some things up for people who haven't transferred servers before. I'll go over some of the things you'll be able to keep when transferring, as well as the things you won't be able to, so that you can best prepare relinquishing them. So, things you get to keep. Anything unlocked and associated with your character in regards to quest progression, mounts, minions unlocked, pretty much anything related to your character, you'll be able to keep. You'll also be able to keep all of your gil as well as including any currency that you have at the moment, such as tomestones, seals and nuts, wolf marks, etc. You'll also be able to keep any items within your inventory, armory chest, even your glamour dresser and armoire, so you get to keep all of your nice little glamours. You're also able to keep everything from your retainers as well. You'll be able to, all your retainers will transfer over as well, including their items, their class and job, as well as any gil or even items that they're selling. One thing in regards to them selling items though, the items will still stay within their, like the being sold markets here. However, they won't be actually immediately up for sale unless you talk to them, and then they'll be able to put their items back up. It's just a little refresh thing that the servers do. You'll also be able to keep anything from your Calamity Salvager. So if you deleted old job gear, any old, any other like seasonal gifts and stuff like that, you'll be able to keep those items as well. The only thing that won't be transferred over in regards to Calamity Salvager is your any 1.0 stuff. So that's like any... to be honest, I'm not actually quite sure what you get from 1.0, but yeah, pretty much anything 1.0, whether it be glamour or the little tattoo that you usually get. I'm pretty sure the tattoo itself will carry over, but you will not be able to like have the item unlocked from the Calamity Salvager any longer. So, things you'll not be able to keep. You won't be able to keep any of your houses that you have. So, any house that you have, when transferring over, still hold on to it, because they are awarding some extra gil for holding it and then transferring over. They award some compensation, such as the full cost of the house, plus also like a bit of compensation of gil. But in regards to housing items, so they're mentioned in there that the extra gil that you receive is actually for any housing items that you may lose. You can actually still open up your housing here and then still just grab the stuff and just put it in your inventory. So if I were to, here we go, place item in inventory here, I can still just put some items in my inventory and hold onto them and transfer them over with me. The reason why they're saying that they are allowing you to transfer, give the compensation due to the housing items lost, it's actually because any item that you now have is market prohibited, so you can't actually sell any of it. So that's why the 3 mil gil is added for houses, and same thing for apartments. Sorry, not same thing for apartments. Apartments is 500,000. But yes, the other thing you will not be able to keep is free companies, because being in a free company, that's world. That's bound to your world. So obviously, if you're transferring to a different world or even data center, you'll no longer be part of your free company. So, and this is a very strict thing as well. You will need to leave the free company before you start transferring, as otherwise your character will not be eligible for it. Some other things are such as leaderboards. You won't be on any world leaderboards anymore. So that's things like Palace of the Dead, PvP, such as the Feast, Triple Triad tournaments, etc. And as well as any link shells that you're in. Because link shells are bound by the world, they will not be in there either. Cross-world, if you're transferring from one world to another, I believe your cross-world link shells will work, but if you're transferring to a completely different data center, those ones will be gone as well. So, those are the things you can and cannot keep when transferring. Let's go over some of the bonuses for transferring. So, some of the bonuses for transferring is that you'll require double experience all the way up to level 80 for 90 days after the date of transfer. So any classes you have under level 80, you get a double experience buff. This includes, this is on top of such as your armory boost. So if you have like already classes level 90, normally you would get a double experience boost anyway for leveling any class under that. So now it's effectively tripled for leveling them now, thanks to that little boost. You'll also get 10 chocobo feathers for transferring to a new server. I will actually show you some of the things you can get with the gold chocobo feathers. You can get some really cool mounts, surprisingly. So the mounts that you can get are, you can get the Twintania, which actually used to be a raid boss back in the Binding Coil of Bahamut. So this will be the mount you can get using the gold chocobo feathers. Also has a little action there of doing a little air combat maneuver. I just call it a little spinny spin. The other item that you can get from doing that is the Managarum. It's basically a really small version of Fenrir and also has red coloring effects. When flying, it does have like its feet glow a little bit, but yeah, this thing's kind of treated like a joke because it is such a small mount, considering how big I am on this mount. But yeah, those are some of the things you can get with them. Other things are you can get like the special dyes, so like these colored ones here, so you can get general, not general purpose, you get the metallic dyes, you can get all these dark red dyes, the jet black dye, and any of these other kind of metallic-y, very specific looking color dyes. In regards to any houses and apartments that have not been relinquished, in other words, they have not been put back up for sale using the placard at all, if you still own it, you can, providing you still own it and you transfer the server, you will be compensated back the full cost of the house, whether it be a small, medium, or large house, plus 3 million gil. If you have an apartment, you will be awarded the same thing, except instead of the 3 million, you will be awarded just 500,000. This is also in addition to the general cost of an apartment. So yeah, there's that. For those who are the leader of a free company and own a house and they wanted to bring the free company as well as the house over, you will not be able to do that, unfortunately, because technically it's for personal housing, and because it's a free company house and not a personal house, technically you do not own it, it's part of the free company. So when you do transfer, the ownership of the free company is just going to go straight to someone else who's been offline for 1,115 days, as an example. So I do know your pain for those who are free company leaders and do wish to trade in their house and get a big gil. So yeah, if you're not transferring but want to create a new character on the new server, you will get the same double experience bonus for any character under level 80 for 90 days after the date of transfer. So you'll be able to pump up them levels super quickly on the new character. You'll also be awarded 10 silver chocobo feathers. So the 10 silver chocobo feathers, they're very similar in regards to the in regards to the gold feathers where you get these mounts, but instead of it being mounts, it's actually old tombstone gear. So it's basically old tombstone gear that could be bought with poetics, but it's just some really nice stuff. It's stuff that you can get early on. You can get it for level, I believe it's level 60, 70 classes, and perhaps even 80 now that Endwalker has been released. The quickest way you can find them is actually over here in Gridania. You can find them next to any Calamity Salvager. I just find going to Gridania to be the quickest and easiest one to go to. It will be right in front of the amphitheater. As for the others, I cannot remember where they are because I've just always come here. Also, it's still Halloween here, so yeah. So it is at the Recompense Officer, I believe. No, it is not. It is at the Calamity Salvager. So here we should have, I believe, Is it deal and spoils? Yes, it is deal and spoils. So here you can see the silver chocobo feather items. So yeah, you can get level 80 gear. Just look at that level 80 gear, for example. So you can get the Crypt Lurker gear, and you should be able to get... No, it's only the Crypt Lurker gear. The level 70 stuff, it's Skaven. For the 60, it's Shire. Ah, okay, so they actually... It used to be, in fact, all of the Tombstone gear. But it seems that now they've just done the highest eye level one. Which is fine. You can even get some level 20 stuff by the looks of it. By the look of it, it's just weapons for 1 silver feather. You'll be getting 10. So yeah. And while we're here, we'll have a look at what we can get with the gold chocobo feathers. So here are the dyes that I was speaking of. So you can get all of these different kind of dyes, such as the metallic one. You can get a bunch of Aetherite tickets as well as getting... Oh, and I forgot, the Amber Draft chocobo whistle. So with that one, you can actually see the prices here. So with the Twin Tania, you probably actually won't be able to get that because that's 15. In regards to the Amber Draft chocobo though, just quit here and I'll show you here. So the Amber Draft is basically the double-seater ceremony chocobo you get for, you know, being maddied in the game. But that mount in particular is actually Amber. So this one here. So it's a really big mount. And still has the chocobo music. So it's pretty much identical to the ceremony chocobo. But yeah, if you have in regards to creating a new character as well, you do get the double experience in the 10 chocobo feathers, but you also, if you level to level 30, and this is the biggest thing, you receive not only 1 million gil just for leveling to level 30 on a new character on the server, but you also get an additional 15 days of game time added to your account. That's free game time where you don't actually have to fork out any extra money for, which I think is a big win. So, and because of the double experience buff as well, you should be able to just like pump that out in like a day or two. So yeah, that's another thing that you could probably do, even if you're not transferring at all. That's a great way to get, you know, just some extra stuff. But yeah, just be one note I will say is that you will be restricted in transferring your character out for 90 days after the initial transfer. So what I mean by that is for people who thought that they could transfer into the OCE Data Center, get all their bonuses such as the chocobo feathers, get the extra gold for, the extra gil for selling their house and whatnot, and then just transfer back out straight away. Unfortunately, that will not work, or at least you'll have to wait 3 months, so 90 days since that transfer. So it's up to you whether you think that is worth it or not, but yeah, that is one thing to keep in mind. But I believe that is pretty much everything that you get for transferring servers and how best to prepare. The main thing, obviously, is just to summarize, is just put all your housing items, chuck them in your inventory, put them in your retainers, and then you'll be all good to go. There's nothing else to really prepare too much. There used to be limits on gil, that is no longer a thing. Same goes for retainers, and yeah, once again, that is no longer a thing. But yeah, if there are any other things you wish to know, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Feel free to, yeah, please like and subscribe, especially if you know someone else who is, you know, who also plans on transferring over to the OCE Data Center. Being a fellow Australian, I certainly am. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, I guess next video, instead of being Excalibur, you'll be seeing me on Zervan is the plan. But yeah, thanks guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao!